And then one day we treated a patient with macular degeneration and realized that we were stabilizing this person's vision. We've been doing functional medicine work for a long time. And then we saw that it benefited somebody else. And then the third person could actually see better. Then a fourth person who had wet macular degeneration, who was not responding to eye injections, maybe like you to some degree, started to respond on the program we put her on. So that gave us a clue that we were onto something. When we do these strategies or care plans for functional medicine, where our goal is to optimize the biochemistry in the body to make the cells in the eye healthy.
Sure.
So we started to realize that we were making the cells in the macula healthy. And that led us to do a study where we treated 365 eyes. About half were dry, half were wet. And we were able to show that we could help people with dry disease and wet disease. The improvement for dry disease was stopping the progression of the disease or improving vision, which shocked us. And with regard to wet disease, we were noticing that people needed fewer eye injections. We thought a lot about why it would help that group. It's like, why would it help that group? And we learned that the programs we put people on were reducing the ability of the eye to produce growth factors. When you get your EYLEA injections, they're designed to take away growth factors from the eye. The problem is they recur, so then you got to get injected again and then again. It turns out that when you do programs we create, the literature shows that it slows down the creation of those growth factors. So our reasoning as to why we were successful in wet disease is that we were helping the retina doctor by slowing down the production of growth factors while he's in there trying to mop up the growth factors with his eye injections. But there's another opportunity here, and that is that the injections don't make the macula healthier. They just remove the growth factors. But our program helps the cells in the macula be healthy. So it's that 1-2 punch. We're trying to make the macular cells healthy to make them function better, which can lead to better vision. And we're also trying to reduce the amount of growth factors in the eye, which can lead to wet disease.
Sure, I understand.
So that is the webinar in a nutshell. That's the whole thing.
What is the program? What is the protocol?
The protocol is a combination of nutrition. So if you're eating a typical Western diet, you're poisoning yourself. So we have to change your diet to stay away from bad foods, and we give you information on how to do that. We also look to see where your hormone levels are at, because hormones can affect the health of cells, and hormones can improve the biochemistry of cells. Now, a lot of people are afraid of estrogen and progesterone, and fortunately, we don't need to use those two hormones, so you don't have to worry about that. On top of that, we use nutraceuticals that are targeted to help the eye fight off oxidative stress and also reduce inflammation. There's another strategy that we add to this equation, and that is to improve something called methylation. Methylation, which you may have heard of with regard to the MTHFR gene, which a lot of people have, is a critical piece of biochemistry that allows your cells to turn on their genes and turn off their genes. Or to say it better, turn on good genes and turn off their bad genes. If you have problems with methylation, that's going to worsen the biochemistry. So the trick of the program is to do all of these strategies simultaneously. We don't just do one thing. Some people advocate diet alone. That's not enough. Some people advocate nutraceuticals for oxidative stress. But that's not enough. You got to do it all. And you got to do it all with the knowledge of what's going on in the blood, so especially if you have any diseases that are related to inflammation, like arthritis or rheumatoid arthritis or lupus or Hashimoto's or any inflammatory disease. As you get older, your body becomes more inflamed regardless, but inflammation can also worsen things. And we look at your history. So the program, the treatment is to look at your history, see what you're doing medically, what you're doing with regard to dietary supplements, and then look at your labs, and then craft a program for you. I do that with a colleague of mine who's a PhD in biochemistry, who's just downright brilliant. And